This video is about a ghost. Not the kind that haunts houses, but the kind that haunts game projects. It's the decision you make on day 2 that quietly kills your game on day 200. I'm 3 days into a 1-week prototype for a tower defense game, and I almost locked one of those decisions in. The game itself is pretty straightforward. A cat team tower defense. Enemies walk along a path, cat shoots him. The goal this week isn't to make it pretty, it's just to answer one question. Could this actually be fun? So when I started setting up the towers, my instinct was the obvious one. The one that feels correct. One base turret, and every cat just inherits from that. Clean, familiar, very programmer energy. And yeah, sure, it worked. I placed a cat, it shot things, enemies died. If you stop thinking there, it feels done. That's usually when you're in trouble. The problem showed up as soon as I stopped thinking about today. I started thinking, okay, what if we add upgrades? What if bats branch? What about cats that slow enemies or apply effects? Suddenly every new ID meant another subclass or a weird override or a special case I definitely forget about later. Nothing was broken, but everything was getting heavier. I could feel it turning into this sludge. And sludge is where prototypes go to die. Not because they're bad ideas, but because they become annoying to touch. What finally helped was realizing I was thinking about the system the wrong way. Inheritance is basically a family tree. You decide what something is, and everything below it is kind of locked into that shape. That's fine when you know exactly what you're building, but prototyping isn't about knowing yet. It's about trying things. Composition is more like Lego. You don't care what something is, you care what it does. You just snap pieces together and see what happens. And that's when it clicked. I didn't need a family tree of cats. I needed a box of toys for the cats to play with. So I scrapped the whole inheritance setup. Now there's just one turret and everything else is data. Each cat is basically a recipe. Fire rate, damage type, effect, model. House cat is one recipe, witch cat is another. Adding a new cat stopped being an architectural decision. It became something I could do in like seconds. And that matters a lot when you're on a clock. This kind of decision is the difference between I can try one more idea and I don't want to touch this anymore. A flexible skeleton makes it way easier to figure out where the fun actually is. And if the game does earn more time later, this won't find me when it's time to polish things properly. I still don't know if this game survives the week. Most ideas don't. And honestly, they shouldn't. But if this one fails, it won't be because I trapped myself on day 3. That's the whole point of the process. Kill the quiet problems early. Next week you'll see whether this prototype graduated, or ended up in the graveyard.